afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, limiting, and amazing Propagandacast from your host, Paul.A.D, the one, the only master of propaganda. Your sanctioned source of community entertainment in these dark and terrible times. Your only light beacon of light. Your Lord and Saviour, perhaps not that far. But anyways, off here to everything and spectacular 1v1 here on Faymonville approaching the north. It is Paul.A.D fighting for the German army. Deutschland taking on the role here of the 7th Panzer Division was the south. It is expensive runner fighting for the Red Army, the Soviet Union, and the 1st Guards Tank Corps. Also, very big thanks to Maurizio, I believe that, I hope I pronounced that correctly, and to Brian. Big thanks to both of those titans, these heroes of the Propagandacast, who throw their money at the Propagandacast, allowing me to keep doing what I do on a monthly basis, alongside my spectacularly heroic patron supporters as well. Without those, I certainly will also be struggling a lot there financially, keeping this going day after day, as this does take a lot of time to find the best replays, or at least the relatively best replays. I do try my best here. You too can join the heroic ranks by either pledging on Patreon or donating. Links in the video description. Oh, again, big thanks to all those spectacular people who support me. Otherwise, you can just like, share, subscribe, and comment. Not quite as directly impactful, still something that helps me out and keeps the YouTube algorithms from, tearing my face off. Anyway, skirmishing here between Expense Run and Paul.A.D here by the eastern fuel point. In the centre, we got Fultz digging in there with the sandbags, hard at work. There we got the 3rd Conscript there for Expensive Runner, with more Fultz Grenadier there for Paul.A.D. Might see an early truck here and then some fast 2-to-1s here. Typically tends to be one of the features of an elite doctrine, elite armoured doctrine play there. Cool one heading south. There's a bit of a mix of units here from Paul.A.D. Meanwhile, Expense Runner is yet to commit to anything besides conscripts. He is a bit more doctrinally withholding, keeping his hand on the trigger but not quite pulling it yet. And there you go, 2nd full squad out there for Paul.A.D, Germany, Deutschland. In the centre we got full with the comps there. Cannot take case, sound off against most of the guns. 2nd unit squad there for Expensive Runner. Might be seeing some tech after that. Probably also indicates we'll be seeing double flamethrowers, which tend to be a popular build versus the Oberkommando West truck out there for Paul.A.D, the Schwere Wehrmachtschlepper, and will likely result then in the 2-to-1, the Leichte Panzerspähwagen. Comfortably back the guns, full speed pushing forwards there through the centre, following the main road. Going northern point here in the south, engineers moving forwards there for Expensive Runner, and there we go. We got the 2-to-1 there for Paul.A.D, the German army, the 7th Panzer Division. Forwards with the conscripts here. Got skirmishing there, conscript taking some hits there. Forwards going to be attacked from north by conscript from England as well. Big push here by Expensive Runner, ignoring the Sturm Pioneers, and basically just going from isolated units. Good play there by Expensive Runner. Conscript they've overwhelmed by the Fultz, forced to retreat here. But there you go. That squad will now be overwhelmed by here the tidal wave of socialism here, socialism that Expensive Runner is unleashing. And I'm there going, he's in rushing in the track here. Paul.A.D using this to annoy Expensive Runner. Definitely not something you've seen in some time. Used to be a lot more prevalent, and particularly back when I think trucks could actually destroy buildings. I was also wondering if they could actually think that they couldn't, but they could basically just destroy buildings and whatnot. There was some really sneaky tactics on that, and the Schwere Wehrmachtschlepper has effectively been nerfed a lot of times, despite having absolutely no weapons on it. Southern Point Season Engineers. And there you go, 2-to-1 racing forwards here, 4-wheeled armoured car. And Expensive Runner commits to Guard Rifle. With the K1 heavy tanks, Guard Rifle infantry, submachine guns, howitzers, and air support versus the 2-to-1, the emergency repairs, the Panzer Commander, the heat shells, and the Sturmtiger. No tech yet there for Expensive Runner. Probably going to be seeing some anti-tank grenades in response to the 2-to-1. That, or he's going to try and hold out for the Guards Rifle. Got Spawn Company out there. Could also be a field gun opposite, and the field gun's going to punch some very large holes into the 2-to-1 very efficiently and very cleanly. More folks on the way there for Paul.A.D, more infantry being rushed forward to the front line here for the 7th Panzer Division. Continuing against the Fultz with these shots being fired back and forth, looking to disrupt fuel flow for each other. And I think largely succeeding at it. Ensure that another player is really getting too much fuel here. Fultz port, they're close being wiped out. More troops being rushed towards by Expensive Runner. Spawn Company is done. And I imagine we'll be seeing a field gun here in the near future. Meanwhile, got engineers being equipped there with the Rox-free flamethrower. A unique feature of that one is actually the flamethrower itself, not the tank, was actually disguised as a rifle to try and hide that it was a flamethrower, making the wielder a little less obvious. In fact, earlier models, I believe the Rox2 actually had the flamethrower tank disguised as a backpack, but I believe that was decided it wasn't too practical unnecessary. So, little fun fact there about the Soviet flamethrower there. Field gun away, the flex punch run as expected here. This is 3-divisional field gun to punch very large holes into the 221. Belgrade headquarters up there for Paul.A.D and the German army. Provides healing, artillery, and flak half-tracks. Of course, the infantry half-track as well, but very few people make use of that. Looks like the flamethrower is actually cancelled here by expensive runner. He's shifting tactics and strategy. Perhaps other plans here in mind. Probably, I think, planning on following up with the guard squad and wants to preserve the munition. Oh, you know, anti-tank grenades. That works too. Field gun away there, though, for expensive runner and the Red Army. So far, feeling the pressure here from Paul.A.D and the 7th Panzer Division. As an advanced reconnaissance team, so far, he's hitting his forces hard and keeping on the defensive and can bring up more heavy firepower to bring down the German vanguard and stabilize. So there goes this video from field gun moving ahead here. Close to the country, there you go. Brandhand Grenade pushing back expensive runners in infantry. We do also have the option of submachine guns here versus Paul.A.D's forces, which would be a bad choice. Either folks from certain struggling versus the PPSH-41s at close quarters. Field gun shoots a truck, but sadly not a German truck. Look, we got it! We got it! Yes, that was one of ours. Oh. Well, I'm sure it was made by secret fascists or something, so don't feel too bad. Talking about there, kept his men with Sturmgewehr and 46. Wouldn't be a bad pick, of course, versus expensive runners troops. Field gun moving ahead here. Conscripts around it. Armour culture quickly getting this loud there in the face of the field gun. Right now, the Polish got a significant advantage here with 3 tons as much fuel, having both fuel points a good chunk of the map. Definitely going to something there that expensive runners need to fix pretty fast. Otherwise, this could get very uncomfortable for expensive runner very fast. Armoured car there with some light needed repairs. MG34 for Paul.A.D. Probably no flak half tracks then. Northern point mixes with engineers. Conscript fielding Salfords. Folks brought there in a bit of a sticky spot. And I imagine we're not actually seeing any upgrades yet here. The 4 expense runner. No flamethrowers, no submachine guns, no nothing. Nada. Folks of the engineers there. Go guard for after, of course, has at least preserved some ammunition for the DPs, and then as soon as that happens, gets the flamethrower. So clearly, the priority for expansion runner was getting out some guards from the DP light machine guns. They are quite good for the infantry versus, of course, the full Scundies. In particular, the DPs deal with infantry, anti-tank routes can do a bunch there versus light vehicles like the 221 or soon to be 223, and of course, the Kubelwagen. Hardly a Wunderwaffe, but certainly can be a sufficient a nuisance. And there you go, flamethrower piercing, getting the folks there, burning through them. Doing some damage. Gasping from the north or south there, field gun backing up. DP light machine guns almost done. Engaging the full Scundies there, a relatively reliable light machine, in fact one they apparently could take a lot of punishment. It was nonetheless not viewed very positively by the Soviet infantry, which apparently had something to do with the fact that they compared it with the MG34 and later 42 and pretty much went, yeah, this is, you know, sicker bliat. So, you know, the typical, the grass is green on the other side thing. And as you can push back here, front squads are opening up, guards moving up, they're getting suppressed with MG34, 2 to 3 moving in there. 2 swinging here, reinforcing healing. Bit of a tight spot here for expensive runner. Paul.A.D, of course, maintaining pressure. And there you go, Philman binding a high close shell, flying through the air. First shot misses, but there you go, second one lances in the midst of the MG34 crew. Second shot almost gets the entire crew there as well. Philman being pushed back, but still, expensive runner is being pushed to the wall here by Paul.A.D. Going to fresh truck out. That's going to be a fast trap, 100 quarters. Expensive runner's going to do something, I think, a bit drastic here to turn the situation around versus Paul.A.D. Troops reinforcing healing for expensive runner. Troops in halt here, got the western fuel point in a point next to it, but still not actually getting anything out of him since the car point is currently being thoroughly guarded here by Paul.A.D. The MG34 push back here, troop reinforcing healing, prepared for the next big push. Guards from Watchman advancing, field and range support as well there. Armored car there, being repaired up. Field gun misses the Kubelwagen. Not exactly the easiest target for a field gun to hit. Ground western one there. Picks up the Kubelwagen, 2 to 3 level 5 kills, veterans 1, got the Schwerp 100 quarters all the way up north here. Note the position here does make it a bit harder for Expense Runner to hit it with field guns, so that's a bit interesting setup there by Paul.A.D. Guys, they're trying to find the carve point. He may want to try like attack from another angle rather than just going straight forward, because it does mean that Paul.A.D can just sit up here and cover the carve point, well, quite nicely. Continue saying stuff, so we want to get that field point back. Also, the Norfolk's there. And we got a max on that flex punch to deal with Paul.A.D's infantry. We'll, of course, also likely need some, well, more anti-tank weapons of the heavier caliber here versus Paul.A.D soon, since there's likely more panther falling away. Folks to the right where the country needs. Filgen gets hit on the Kugelwagen. Somehow the Kugel, of course, survives being hit by a 76.2mm armor-piercing round as it goes right through everything. Comes to the head in the dirt. But at this point, signaling Paul.A.D, of course, he has gone for guard rifle. Coming out, they're going to pop an anti-tank grenade there on the 223, damaging the engine. All of a sudden here for Paul.A.D, he's pushing for some more infantry fast. He's not stalling an airgo. Folks just walk down here. This is the sort of win here that Expense Runner needs here versus Paul.A.D at this point in time. He needs to like get those kills in, needs to bleed Paul.A.D and take advantage of them these moments of weakness to then further push him back and control the field, because once the Germans first lose control of the upper course of this, they do have this sort of weird spot there where they then struggle until they sort of get out the bigger stuff. So right now, already authorized by the way, so can't get the east northern field the eastest, at least that's secured there. That's going to be a real pain for Expense Runner, but still, he's going to control the center now, can rock it down here and make it harder for Paul.A.D to sort of gain control of it again. So this is, while obviously still a pretty awkward situation for Expense Runner, at least it's something that looks a bit better. But he's going to have to push straight for the mechanized armor company. The Tanker Weaver Tank Command, unless I think he's going for the 6s, is probably going to be a dead end. Now the field gun there for Expense Runner, he is not fooling himself as to what's coming next here. Paul.A.D, of course, really gaining the advantage there, and he's obviously going to exploit that with fast Panther force. Cool one him for the southern field again. When he's pushing northwards there, I think he's trying to use the field to bombard the Shrap Puncles knocked out. I mean, if he can pull it off in time, that would be great for Expense Runner, but the question is something actually afford to like invest in as a plan, rather than actually trying to hold on to his own field and push out armor there. But second field gun there, almost done for Expense Runner and the Red Army. Yeah, it was clearly going for it. We got Gafton and the Orbison done here. Armored car nearby as well. Yeah, he's going to make the push there. He is definitely figuring that if he can destroy the Shrap Punted Quarters here, he might actually be able to, like, you know, buy himself more time. And then that might actually be the right choice, but still a bit surprised to see him going so utterly on it. But I certainly can understand the logic behind it. But he has, I think, an increasingly small window opportunity to actually destroy the Shrap Punted Quarters before it gets hammered by tanks, and then the fuel advantage is going to, you know, give his opponent by, you know, not securing the south and defending it is going to drown him. So he has to, like, push really hard, but again, he does do it. It's going to be a pretty big tactical win there, if not a medium strategic win here for Expense Runner. There goes, he's even taking like further up here, really going all in there. This is do or die, all or nothing. Borscht or Gulag. Contemplate the field gun firing up. They need to open up the Shrap Punted Quarters. Double field guns. And there you go, Panther 4 on the way for Expense Runner. We got two field guns opening up. Oh, for Paul.A.D, not Expense Runner. But there you go, two field guns up. He's going to try and repair it. But the question, of course, is can they repair it? You know, at the same time, nope, I was using the construct in the building here to sort of spot foot so they fire fully accurately on the Shrap Punted Quarters there. It's just not enough. Paul.A.D is launching a counter-attack with the 10 option around for the guards, and the Maximus coming out the flank here. Nice at the Expense Runner, expecting here what Paul.A.D would do, but the Maximus might have been could have been a bit better. He's more troops. They've got Sanding and Dargem to further secure the flank here. Shrap Puncle's almost done here. A nice maneuver there from Paul.A.D. Oh, Expense Runner, but Paul.A.D's really doing his best to ruin it, but it's not working out. There's it. He's about to lose the Shrap Puncles, being punished for another aggressive setup that would, of course, give him safe fuel, but did entail this. So there you go. Expense Runner was able to take it out. He's still behind, you know, in a lot of ways, but nonetheless, he has bought himself critical time here versus Paul.A.D. Slowed down the armor, giving more time to get our armor, of course, secure on some fresh terrain here and, you know, further doing damage there. So, thumbs up to Expense Runner, doing what others probably wouldn't do. In a good way. Grabbing the point here. Up north, we still got the MD-34 being a problem here for Expense Runner. Of course, we'll try and double bombard it with the field guns to try and... Oh, he can't actually, doesn't have the munitions, never mind. Engineer's flanking though. He may want to, of course, consider a mortar or another Maxim right now. There we go, another Maxim here for him. Need to get that fuel point though. Need to do it fast. Field gun's shooting and the shots are actually whiffing there. Utterly. Sturmpani's holding off there. Some expense runner's troops. Almost got the MG-34. Can he get it? That would certainly be helpful there for expense runner. There we go. He does get the MG-34. He would have to consider cancelling the Maxim and then grab the MG-34. No. Paul.A.D counterattacking here. Getting it back there. Denying it. Two expense runners opening up the field and trying to finish it off here nonetheless. On the flank here. Maxim with regard support. Dealing with the full score there. MG-34. Hold out there. Just in time. Grab the fuel port. Need to grab the munition point. He's still got a Sturmpani escort guarding it. 2 to 3 there. Being pulled back. 9 kills. Eventually 2. In the center. Got the Maxim versus the Kuberwagen. 0 kills, but nonetheless getting some experience here as he gets shot a bit by Maxim. Troops heading out there. Certainly some aggressive dynamics on this match. Fielding getting ready to move ahead here for the Red Army. Mechanized Regiment. Wow, okay. Paul.A.D basically there taking the extreme resolution there, which in case is actually roughly as economically feasible as building an Egypt tank, which is going for a King Tiger. And that's the thing, like, if you lose the Schwer Panther quarters, the Oberkommand West, it's actually roughly the same cost, then just go straight for the King Tiger with the Mechanized Regiment. It might actually be slightly cheaper. You basically not losing anything there anyways, and that's basically what Paul.A.D is doing, going straight for the King Tiger. So Expense Runner, of course, needs to gain some more terrain, and he needs to push for armor. Like, he's going to need, like, you know, some serious armor presence here. Otherwise, that King Tiger would probably give Expense Runner a bit of a headache. So there you go. Getting back map here, getting control of resources and all that, setting up for the next big push here, the next confrontation between the Red Army and the German Army. Whew. Machine gun there. Ready to deal with these surge head on. Expense Runner, of course, may eventually consider mortars as well here. That could further be used to breach, I think, Paul.A.D's defenses. Meanwhile, we got the field combining, of course, also works, but it is a bit more munitions intensive. Got some defenders up north. He may, of course, try and attack from here and then flank Paul.A.D's position here north. Of course, a bit closer to the base, but I think it actually work out there. Catch some of Paul.A.D's stuff off guard. No, lots of sandbags here. Thumbs up to Paul.A.D. Not a bad defense. Of course, some artillery to back it up would be further, I think, nice. And we got mines in the south to shore up the south flank there. Good work there, Paul. Good work. Expense Runner's got the mechanized armor company up. We're probably seeing some KV-1s, but I imagine the King Tiger's probably going to hit him before that, in which case he will like respond with HU5 to just further increase chances against that. Machine gun almost cleared out there. All of a sudden, control up there. Machine repositioned behind an old car. Building collapses, denying a machine gun nest for both sides. Up north, a bit of flank here by the Kuberwagen, but that could end up being quickly diffused and knocked out. Maxim's there hanging back there, trying to protect against the northern flanks in the assault. Garrison dealing with the Obersoldaten. Consequently, the forces are still fighting out. Back here, reinforcing healing. Mechanized armor company down. He could also just push for a T-34-76 now. We'll, of course, have to see what he does. And of course, that does rely a bit there. What is Expense Runner expecting here from Paul.A.D? Like, will he be expecting the King Tiger, in which case, the T-34-76 would be not, I would call, an optimal choice, to be very generous. Let's see. We'll have to see what it ends up with. Got one like Kenvar here for Paul.A.D. I think he's trying to clear up some lines of fire there, wrecking walls, and more importantly, vegetation. Pushing up north is going to go for the northern carve point. There we go, flanking the positions here by the center victory point, slightly outmaneuvering him, encountering fire there from the MU-54 still though. Again, more to think be a nice addition if Expense Runner, but oh well. Meanwhile, Paul.A.D is getting very, very close to the Tiger too. Mines up there. He's really just mining the south here now. Make much out of Expense Runner to make any breakthrough, in particular since he has no minesweepers. And obviously he's aware of this, so he's basically taking advantage of the double flame for just mine as much as he can. He's just mining almost like every little small path he can. We expect to like infantry creep through and just blow their feet off. So thumbs up there to Paul.A.D. Thumbs up. Still, Expense Runner is getting control here. He is pushing back Paul.A.D. He is making gains. So good work there by Expense Runner. Took some time, obviously. But in the right hands, there's less important. But yeah, lots of mines here. Lots of pain. Lots of tears. Lots of dismembered feet. Coming further southward to see, perhaps I to expect some sort of armored push, and there you go. Paul.A.D and the 7th Panzer was meant to hold forward to King Tiger here from the 501st Schwere Panzerabteilung, actually 101st. Actually, I think 501st. And it's moving ahead with that one. Adding the Panzer Commander. Mines here from Expense Runner, taking a hit there from Paul.A.D, not too shabby. I imagine once he is the King Tiger, he will instinctively just go for initiative 5 to increase the amount of anti-tank firepower he's got that. It could also still go for the K1 there. Simply again, it's got less than the infantry, but also got some hits from the King Tiger, so that might be planned. There you go. We do get the initiative 5 here. And the thing is, King Tigers make a very distinctive sound. Something you haven't seen, you can hear it pretty quickly. At which point, you absolutely know a King Tiger's coming and not seeing an ice cream van. Unless you got some really particular ice cream vans in your district. Field is opening up there. One shot went through the King Tiger's thick frontal armor. Meanwhile, the infantry exploiting the gap he made with the King Tiger north. Artillery comes with the King Tiger further forcing back the expense runner. And cutting off the north here from him once more. The south is actually open. But again, he's not making much of a push through here. He's clearly worried about something there. Shot there, penetrating the King Tiger's front armor. Opens and flank from the north here. Good attack there so far by Paul.A.D. But there you go. Almost got the H5 ready here. Full expense runner. But he's definitely going to need some medium armor to help fight Paul.A.D's infantry soon. Another hit in the King Tiger, pushing down to half health. Pretty good there for the field guns. Opens on flanking in. Putting his shot and burnt to bits here. Gasping there with almost acing, in fact. Protocol they almost wiped out. Sandbags here. I feel like these sandbags might not have been fully optimally placed, but oh well. Grab back the northern car point. Sandbags up north is grabbing the northern victory point. Until we find the MD-34. Lots of action, lots of aggression, lots of maneuver. Not a lot of dull moments in this match between these two players. MD-34 holding up. They're being hammered by the CIS-3 divisional field guns. Northern victory point there being seized. H5 moving ahead here, looking for the King Tiger, but the King Tiger is a bit further removed there. Paul.A.D. obviously very wisely not trying to repair his King Tiger within line of sight of the Soviet guns. So thumbs up there, I guess. I want to grab back some of those northern victory points. We'll need to stall out the bleed here from Paul.A.D. Hitting the dirt there. No upgrade yet in the conscripts, neither 7-man or assault machine guns. Got it for the southern field there. We got sneaking about here in the rear lines by the Paul.A.D's Volksgrenadiers. Very good. Except, of course, for expensive runner. 2 kills the King Tiger shuffling in to get a hit there off. You need to count on him with the range of these safe Volksgrenadiers with their Panzerfaust. Gunfire and Kungfire, there you go. Fine positions here. Looking ready, King Tiger moving ahead. The Maxim takes a sundering hit. They're losing most of the crew as an 8-hit shell goes off in the midst. Artillery calling in the King Tiger in the field gun, forcing Spence Run to hold out on the fight there. Will risk losing it. Fields up the King Tiger, that's from the south. The H5 forces needing some hits. Field gun did get out of there. Close one though for Expense Runner. King Tiger continues to advance. 6 kills now. Field shoots, gets the sandbags destroyed, takes a hit there from the King Tiger and loses almost the entire gun crew. Paul.A.D. filling up the Stukas here for rocket artillery to hammer through Expense Runner's position. Of course, realizing he's heavily reliant on support weapons, meaning the Stukas, in particular with the density that Expense Runner's currently running in the defense positions, could be quite effective. Just reinforcing healing, need to fix up the HD5 obviously. Paul.A.D. of course making sure the King Tiger's repaired. He's even using here the emergency repairs to speed up the repairs. 2 thumbs on that one, 2 thumbs up. H2 fixed up, grab the southern fuel here. Very good for expensive runner. Very good, Stukas was almost done. Grab the eastern point here. King Tiger sitting out. Stukas was almost done. Tiger advances with full support there. Steadily advancing. Breaching terrain. Crashing squirrels and trees alike. And there you go, direct hit from the field gun. Punches through the King Tiger's armor. H5 joining as well there. Shot bounces. Field gun does not bounce. Another hit there. The King Tiger goes through. Another hit there. Grab the southern point here with the conscripts. Least advance on the center victory point. King Tiger holding back. All of a sudden they're close to Ethnic 3. Gas me. Down the center victory point. Stukas first fires. Whoa, nasty hit there. Takes out the maximum crew time, but the field guns are largely safe. Still, that's going to help Paul.A.D's Obson certainly cut the way through Expense Runner's stuff. We'll have to see what goes for next. Looks like either K1 in HG5. Just try and like Maxim. Thumbs up to Paul.A.D, but there you go. Expense Runner tries to try and grab it, but he's right in front of the Obson. We'll be able to clear that. He's even popping a bang grenade to make sure that machine gun crew dies and he finishes off. There you go. Maxim gone. Minor blow there to Expensive Runner. Seizing the southern point here. Again, starting to look like a K1 here. Obson pushing for the car point here. A bold raid here by Paul.A.D, taking heavy fire from the old nearby guard squad there, plus engineers and whatnot. He does run the point neutral, but there's certainly a small chance of losing the entire unit in the process. Let's try to get to the King Tiger. King Tiger getting which one. Go Kuban there acting as a spotter. Thumbs up there to Paul.A.D. Hey, final round here. We got the forces grabbing the northern points. Guard and conflict engaging that. Can go for the K1 in a few moments here. Just a few more moments. There we go. K1 heavy tank, but there you go. We could see folks will go down here for Paul.A.D, or does he get lucky here? Yup. Paul.A.D apparently turns out to have the Devil's Own luck. Still, South side being claimed by Expense Runner, taking advantage there. Paul.A.D's heavy folks in the north now to hit the south. Good work, and we do get the K1 there. Obviously, go with the Infantry, let's go with the King Tiger. We can also just absorb hits from the King Tiger, which I imagine is partly the reason that he's going for it. So again, it's not something that Paul.A.D can easily destroy. Which of course combined with the field guns in HG5 means probably a good chance of, like, you know, do more damage to the King Tiger then. Field gun about here in the center, plus again he has a tool to then deal with the infantry, which is certainly a recurring issue here for Expense Runner. Machine gun blazing away there, 5 kills, close 53. Paul.A.D of course being considered like attacking for the south here, like trying to outmaneuver. Expense Runner around gives all these head-on attacks to just try and crash him. As these are giving Expense Runner, I think, more time to like stabilize, you know, hold out. As these are to some degree easy to deal with, launching out the sufficient amount of tank weapons. There you go, rocket strike there, transport there, losing 1/3 of the team. Field guns, other guards there being hammered as well. Still, Expense Runner did grab more and more of the map. Suddenly, Paul.A.D has very little map control. He's down to 420 victory points, 257, but of course they will drop lower. Another truck there from Paul.A.D. That's going to be the Schwerpunkt quarters then again. And he's got some plan here. H5 there, getting more hits than the King Tiger. Could grab the northern victory point, put more pressure on Paul.A.D victory points. Twice more shots here. King Tiger down to half health here. Also made it to 329 kills. Really impressive kill tally there. Air support called in here. Expense Runner unleashing the power of the Soviet Air Force here on Paul.A.D's men. In the south, troops moving in there. We got the K1 there ready to deal with that. Thumbs up to Expense Runner. Definite problem here for Paul.A.D. Which folks was isolated. Are no match for the Clement Vorishilov heavy tank. From north here, point secured. Could grab the northern nations. Of course, should grab the northern fuel here. Get more fuel for himself, but also crucially deny Paul.A.D more fuel. Backhead troops reinforcing here for the Expense Runner. Got mines going off in the south. Some all the mines here laid down by Paul.A.D are still holding there. Go further casualties. Men dropping dead. The K1 might even hit a mine there. Suffer damaged engine. Looking very close for that. Northern mix being seized. Northern fuel's not being seized. And there you go. Armour being dispatched southwards with the truck here to defend. Bit of a gambit here, but he's basically set up like forward position here to defend the fuel pond. That way keep it out of Expense Runner's hands, but again, if it does get disrupted, he's going to be in, you know, a bit for a rough start. But there you go. King Tiger finally issued 5 field guns up. One shot goes through, the other fails. Also, something going for the field gun. Thumbs up there to Paul.A.D. Building collapse. Conscripts almost get wiped out. At least some men to get out the door before the entire thing falls on them. And there you go. Field crew annihilated by the Obson. We got 36 kills here. Sneaky hit there. Needs to get some arm up support, but the H5 just hit the mine, suffering engine damage. Again, Paul.A.D's mine continue to be great there for him. Less great for Expense Runner. K1 wing, and they got Obson victory for 38 kills. Garden being shredded. K1 ramming here. King Tiger advances. H5 can still support here. Field guns, though, is less capable of support. The other one is a bit further away there. Guns being annihilated by the Obson here. We got 40 kills. Now they hit there on the King Tiger. Fox is pushing ahead here. Mine goes off there. Finally, one expensive one of mine takes us something. There you go. Heat shell from the King Tiger. Knocks out the HT5. Though worth noting, King Tiger would not use heat shells because, well, quite frankly, they wouldn't have been necessary. I don't even think they were made for a King Tiger, to be honest. That's like, I don't know, maybe making training wheels for a car. It's a bit redundant. Just reinforcing healing. Fix up the King Tiger. It's definitely a nasty blow. Losing H5 still has, well, one field gun, but again, he lost that as well. So suddenly, Paul.A.D's King Tiger is a lot stronger again. Plus, he now has this as well to defend the fuel point. He's getting a more Orbs Laden, more the infantry, which are pressure expense runners troops. Needs to be some change there for expense runner to once more get control of the situation. Field gun abandoned the MG-34 crew there. Sandbags, lots of sandbags there for expense runner to make it harder for Paul.A.D to make any easy pushes. Thumbs up there. More mindful course Albi, I think, appreciate. And there you go. Another Stukas barrage here from Paul.A.D. Rockets screaming through the skies. Crashing through fences, hedges, squirrels, but I don't think any third infantrymen there lost their lives. We got 325, 257. Expense runner sending slow draining up Paul.A.D. 15 kills there, and we got the second Orbison squad here ready for Paul.A.D. King Tiger advance into the field gun here. Good hit there. Closing in eventually free, which gives an increased rate of fire and penetration, more importantly. Another hit there, we go on the south. A full squad moves in, they get hit for the King. Need one, and the nearby conscript taking heavy down. Faymonville's going to wipe him. Paul.A.D's folks, there you go, annihilated. Of course, he does now have an extra Orbison squad. And expense runner going for another shoot, found another tank shell, which to pierce the hide of the fascist behemoth. Folks Orbison through the center, got conscript hitting the dirt. They're hoping to survive a bit longer. Worth noting, he still hasn't upgraded any of the conscripts with anything. That is definitely something that stands out to be. King Tiger engaging, heat shells again. Good hit on the conscripts. Actually far halfway done. K1 bar weight now, eventually fleet ace level. We got 313 with 257. King Tiger keeps up the advance here. Shoots, misses. H5 almost done. Good hit there, punching through the King Tiger's armor. Shot fire, bounce. Another hit in there, pushing down to less than half. We've got the Steel supporting here. Another shot, but this time fails to penetrate. Still a good push here by Paul.A.D. Rest to control the center here from expense runner. Again, control the center victory point, stopping the bleeding for now. Of course, expense runner is far from out of this match. Also worth knowing, we actually got the 2 feet on the cuff point here, providing with extra fuel and munitions. Thumbs up. Keep Paul.A.D. there. S4 cool in the center. Altruistic diving through the skies to engage German infantry on the ground. Guards then moving forward, getting hit, then suppressed. Got the Orbs nearby there, 3 kills. K1 there, all the way down to a quarter of health, perhaps less than that. King Tiger's got to go once more, using the Rangers' head speed up. Here, cutting north, trying to outmaneuver here the positions. King Tiger forced to react to that. Infantry moving into. Could open up for some other push. H5 forward into the H5. Airsport running down there. Pushing where they can with a concussion grenade on the conscript, stunning both squads. So the King Tiger turns around and opens up there. And as all this is happening, up north, Paul.A.D. launches a smaller spawning attack there, hitting northern points there, and further 9 expense run of resources. Really good push here, Paul.A.D. Absolutely just undoing all of the hard work that expense runner in a matter of minutes. 2 thumbs up. Of course, expense runner is hardly out of the fight. That was definitely a very good push. Got the Stukas first. That's a definitely win there for expense runner. They almost lost the 5 to the King Tiger. There you go, more hits though. 22 kills, almost ace level. Still getting rid of the Stukas first. There was a bit of a mistake with Paul.A.D, but great for expense runner. Rooms in the Toulouse piece there. They could of course cleared out his support weapons and infantry. So nice work there. The Paul.A.D is quick to replace the Stukas first with another one. He wants his rocket artillery and he'll get it no matter what. Just not being fixed up. K1 heading northwards. Stars running out. north of K1 going for the Obersladen, pushing him away. Good hit. Obersladen holding up. Back here, trucks, armored country provide resources there for him. Got troops heading southward to grab the southern victory point there. He needs to grab some victory points. In fact, he's being bled out fast here by Paul.A.D. Very fast. Stand up over the center. We've got the infantry forward to the maximum. If they're trying to blast in there, go King target the move once more. Half base victory for Paul.A.D. Kill him about the infantry 4. Direct hit on the King target, the Königstiger. H5 there, steadily approaching into 2. K1 there, coming in, securing the north flank, grab the northern victory point, grab the southern victory point, grab the centre as well there. Pretty aggressive extended push here by Expensive Runner. If Paul.A.D sussed this out, he could launch, I think, a devastating contact that could leave Expensive Runner crippled, but so far he does not seem to realise this. And set up sufficient countermeasures. Then getting from the northwest there, choose your rocket launcher by Expensive Runner to help blast through Paul.A.D's infantry support weapons. King targeting headed very close to victory 3. Which unlocks the combat blaze ability. No use of the spearhead ability, by the way. Slight oversight there, but not crucial. K1 then down to less than half. Bolt scores 22. And there, Kedma cleared out. Could even grab like Kedma for perhaps if he had the spear troop. And there you go. MD44. Meanwhile, it's going to get wiped as well here. Expense Runner delivering some sustained blows to the pole. But in the south, he could see the guards wiped out the opposite on the Storm Punch. No, a full retreat there by Paul.A.D. Might have been a misclick, or there might be something else afoot. MD44 somehow survives. Double flankers on it. Strong like Kedma to deny Paul.A.D. additional to 10 tank weapons. We'll have to see what it goes for here. Maybe a Storm Tiger, maybe a Panther, maybe a Yak Panther, who knows. Meanwhile, we've got the Katyusha rocket launcher for Expensive Runner. A rocket artillery of some heavy caliber. And there you go, Paul.A.D. with a Yak Panther, a Panzerjäger, which to shatter the Marxist armor. Northern points, we short the grab the northern missions as well. Katyusha firing here in the center of the Obersladen, suddenly finding their position. Very uncomfortable. We got 51 kills on those. 51. Talk about a kill tally. You know, Jürgen, I was always, voted most likely in high school to become a war criminal. Really? Yeah, they were really on spot with that one. Funny how that works, yeah. And it's actually being fixed up. Folks, MT34 moving up. Yak Pant's almost down there. Down northern point. Choosing the southern point with the guardsman, 25 kills. Sandbag shattered. King targeting the neck close to 50 feet. Very, very close here. And there. Oh, a bit close. Yeah, but still not quite there. Several hits here. King targeting down. Comes to maximum. They're about to get cleared out by the Obersladen. 55 kills, my god. 2 heroes of Deutschland, 56. The killing never stops. There is no end. There are no breaks on the Ober train. King talking the heat runs. We got Vetifina, finally. Shots fired at it. Protocol almost one right in front of it though. Another shot there, bounced off the King target. Another shot that actually goes through. Artillery called in to cut up the advance and also a retreat there. And I think also clear up the machine gun possibly here. Struggling for some decent about hit on Expensive Runner. 262 was 164. K1 receiving repairs, 85 there, close to the ace level. Still has not reached concept. That is kind of amazing. King timing fixed up. Of course, 23 now means 34, and then finally 5. Left it actually gets there. It's very rare to see King tag to gain like any amount of veterans beyond like maybe veteran 2-1. Even like Betty 2 is sort of rare, and Betty 3 is definitely very rare, and then Betty 4 and 5 like barely ever happens, I find. K1 takes a hit up north. Got comes to the Obersladen here. If they're upgraded, I think they might have a chance here, to be honest. They might still have a chance, to be honest. There you go. Flameflame used to tip the scales in favour of Expensive Run. In the centre here, troops taking heavy down from the K1 and the H55. In the south, we got conflict back here by the Sturmpioniere. Pursuing here aggressively. And there you go, Katyusha rocket barrage here from Expensive Run. Well, this time the rockets land true. Machine gun there at 4 bar away. Somehow weathers a storm. Oh, not quite as clean as would like to. Almost got the entire defense full crew, and down it goes. A stinging blow there to Paul.A.D. He still has some in from the Sturm Punish. Nice, no support. He's going for another Kedma for here. T-Fed 460 for Expensive Runner. Northern point being seized here. South side could be open here for a possible push there for Expensive Runner. King Tiger in the centre. H5 being hauled forward with him support there. Guardsman advancing. K1 being fixed up. More Obersoldaten effect instead here for Paul.A.D. extending Raketenwerfer. He believes in the power of the Obersoldat. 60 kills. Chanting suffers there. At this rate, they're going to get like, you know, the bloody own Discovery Channel documentary. Obersoldat Squad number 27. The most heinous war criminals of all time. And results what they're rounded with the K1 there. Yak Panzer moving ahead there. Troops reinforcing healing. In the south, guards from this enemy, we've got the King Tiger advantage there, 27 kills. Yak Panzer halfway to its C1. Shot fire, missed the Yak Panzer. Penetrating hit there, Yak Panzer is far down to half health here. Another hit, the Yak Panzer in fact almost knocked out. Then that's great air support running down here. Troops suppressed here, not looking great there for Paul.A.D. Expense running fort there. Yak Panzer narrowly survives that, narrowly, but does survive. Up north, the T-Fed even the force going to need to turn the machine, the tank around as the machine also gone in. In fact, the machine and the T-Fed force contributes a nice amount versus infantry. So that's a little important detail that we use the T-Fed force and keep. Remember versus the infantry, keep the front of the tank towards it. Because the hull machine gun there actually does a ton of damage versus infantry. It's not just the main gun, it's the hull machine gun as well there. King Tiger there, 28 kills. Kuhwagen holding back here for Paul.A.D. A Yak Panzer being repaired from the beginning, using the immense repairs to speed up the process. 2 thumbs up. H5 being slowly fixed up. Another maximum for expense runner. Southwards troops moving in. We've got the Obsolete Squad ready to deal with such an attempt. And further up north here, we've got the T-Fed for the Obersoldaten. 62 kills. We got the other squad moving in there. Yak Panzer opened up in the T-Fed force from 6. Maximum almost done. 250 fish on the 24. In the south, the Obersoldaten not dealing with the guardsman here. We got a grenade off though. Right in the midst of the Obersoldaten. Oh, nice hit there. Forcing retreat there on his Obersoldaten. North here, Yak Panzer with the support. They're going to head from the northern point. There's a lone country squad depleted defending. Right in the K1, Yak King Tiger heading southwards there. Going to, I think, take his bounty of expense running slightly extended here and split his forces up perhaps a bit too much. This time around, that is. He's had opportunities like this before, but I don't think quite reached him like this. And there you go, blend curve in the counter there, forcing them out. King Tiger heading southwards. Expense runners won't vacate the premises though. And there you go, K1, Vetri 2, they're close to thinking Yak Panzer now Vetri 2 needs more support here. Field gun, there you go, direct hit from the Stuka's clears out. Expense runners, ace field gun crew, a huge blow there. Even if you can recruit the field gun, the loss of the veterans is very difficult to replace at this point. Like, again, you're talking increased rate of fire and penetration really made it excellent versus the King Tiger. So, this is a big problem for Expense runners. He just loses one of his major turns against the King Tiger. Huge. I mean, still has the AC-85 force, can recruit the field gun, but even then, he just lost a strong tool there. Not just as a tool. King Tiger advantage, taking advantage of the opening. They go straight for the field gun, which is of course been forced to recruit, which means it's still exposed, it's still weakening, it can still be cleared out. And there you go, Conscripts wiped out. Obson, 64 kills. Great hit from the T-Fed 46 there. Expense runner strikes back from for the motherland. Rodina. Up north here, Pontus Short. K1 being fixed up there. And we got Katusha finally trying into the other Obson. Less veteran, less experienced, but still willing to fight. And, you know, gain medals. Also right over the Katusha rocket strike, and somehow they survive it. They survive the storm. K1 then with 13 kills. K1 moving ahead here, straight from the Fultons out the building. Direct hit, shatters and causes significant structural damage, but the Fultons out were largely unharmed in the process. H12 hanging back, another H12 expense runner, another tank destroyer. We got 232 on 19. Quite the fight here. H5 almost done. From north we got the K1s, the Fulton Grenadiers. Well, sort of. If it could see them, it would shoot them. It can't. Southern point, we show up with the guard squad, moving on the southern victory point again. Now the Stukas was badass here. Hoping to get some more kills. Some minor hits on the maximum crew force retreat there. Yak Panzer creeping ahead here, using the CoH2's movement. Thumbs up. Ready to get on the H5, getting up the hand. H5 shoots, misses, and we've also got the Ace Orbs on the ahead here, the heroes of Faymonville. H5 almost done there. Almost done with the second one. King Tiger advance there, popping heat rounds again, closing on T4. K1 they're taking it from the almost T4. King Tiger, there you go. Now the shell juice punches through the armor like a hot knife through butter. Another T5 moving up there. K1 being pushed back. Shot fired, missed. Field gun cleared out there. Expense runners force are now being dissected cleanly and coolly here by Paul.A.D. K1 opposite getting knocked out here by the King Tiger. King Tiger close to T4. And there you go. KV1 knocked out Veteran 4. King Tiger there. A stinging blow to Expense Runner and the Red Army. First Guards tank corps are taking huge losses. The Kotka still haven't been upgraded, by the way. Krupp Wagner finally also goes down. I suppose that's more of a moral victory than anything if Expense Runner at this point. You need to bring ahead here. Opton blocking the way there. King Tiger falling back. Got the H5s on the prowl here. They want that King Tiger dead. Consequently, they're going to pop into tank grenades. Going to try and finish off the King Tiger. Might just wipe the unit before it gets it off here. Now they're hitting him. There you go. Pitzer flings it. Damaging the King Tiger. The H5's going for it. Got the Yak Panzer in there. Going to take advantage of the King Tiger on fire to maybe try and take out the H5s. King Tiger down to less half health. Consquat there, of course. Badly damaged the engine, but will ultimately just snuffed out there. Yak Panzer throwing the attention on the H5s. Ace 1 almost taken out, but now Veteran 3 Yak Panzer. Shots fired, but also misses. Yak Panzer takes out the H5 here. This is looking pretty bad for Expense Runner. Pretty bad. 217 versus 85. King Tiger, they could try and pop emergency repairs, I suppose. Troops reinforcing, healing, getting ready for the next big push. Expense Runner still milling about a bit here, perhaps uncertain what to do. And there we go, GG, game over. A loss for Expense Runner, loss for the Red Army, victory for Germany. A hard-fought battle here with a lot of back and forth. And I feel like Expense Runner could upgrade his troops. The concept of this maybe also gone for more guard squads. I think there's hope. And also at times I feel like it was a bit too tongue-vision. Still, great fight here between two great players. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from it. Did subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family, but don't tell enemies. Listen, polling to cheers. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.